All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our virtual travel party tonight. Wes is launching this. You guys know Wes very well. This is a special presentation for him, and we're also recording it for demonstration purposes. So, Wes, if you don't mind, just go ahead and take it away. And then I'm going to kind of share with the audience, your background, what you've been doing here with the company. But maybe let's just share why you got started, what you see the future to be here and just your story, and then we'll come back to what these pictures are all about.
You got it, brother. Because I could talk all night with this on why I got started, man. So just to give you guys a little bit background, I've known Gary since 1986. Him and I have been
Wow.
buddies. We've been buddies for a long time, man. And he's always had that entrepreneurial spirit, just like me. And, this is not the first venture we've been in together, but this is probably the best one we've been in together. I would have to say that.
I will say that.
Yeah, but Gary hit me up about a year and a half or something like that ago, and I'm working on my master's, second master's degree actually in human resource management. And when he called me, I said, Tom, look, man, you guys, if y'all hear me call him Tom, his last name was Thompson. So in the military, you always talk to people about their last name. I just called him Tom. So people, when they hear me, say, why he calling him Tom? He, Tom know why I call him Tom. But anyway, he called me up. He said, hey, and I told him, I said, look, Gary, man, look, if this got anything to do with selling products, keep moving. Keep moving because I remember when I was at Amway, I had a garage full of Amway stuff. People didn't want to buy them. I was doing well with Amway, but man, people would drop out left and right. When I was Primerica didn't have any products, but it was hard for people to pass that insurance license, let alone the Series 7 series or stuff like that. That was really tough. So Tom said, hey, man, look, you got to see this, Wes. I just told him, I said, Tom, don't tell me his products. He goes, no. He said, I'm going to send you a video. He sends me the video, and I'm like, okay, I know Tom. He's probably got some product. So I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it right away. About 3 or 4 days later, Tom called me. Hey, man, one of the things he keep telling me, he did his follow up. I got to give Gary credit. He follow up. He followed up with me. I said, "Oh, Tom, man, look, I apologize, man, because I was burning candles on both ends. I work all day, stay in my office, and study till 11, 12 at night. All weekend, I do the same thing. And so then I said, look, man, I promise you, this weekend I will watch the video,
Hmm.
guys. I watched the video. I watched it again. I watched it 3 times, and I called him. I go, "You lying? You lying?" I said, "This can't be real." He said, "Man, it's real." Now, misunderstanding I had was with the travel. Man, I thought the airlines was included in all of it. I said, "Dude, this is incredible." But even still, after he told me, he said, "Hey, man, the airlines is not included." Dude, I freaked out over the prices of the hotels that you could get. And,
Yep.
and so I said, "Look, man, I haven't seen you. I hadn't seen Tom in 12 years. It's been a minute." I said, "I'm coming over to see you this weekend." Come over. He was all excited. He told his son, he go, "Oh my God, my friend's coming to see me." Went over there, spent about 5, 6 hours with him. He was explaining it to me, gave me some more material he sent me some more material to take home to read it. Next thing I know, I signed up, man. And I'm just telling you, dude, I appreciate you showing me this business because this is a great business opportunity.
Yes, it is.
Regardless if anybody shows up, you just keep tapping. Guys, matter of fact, I want to show you something. It just came in today. This book here. Oh, can you see my camera, Tom?
Yeah.
This book here called Compound Effect. Oh my God. Tom, this book is off the hook. So,
I'm
guys,
looking right now. I think I got it right here.
you
Yes.
know, I would tell anybody if I'm an avid reader. I would tell anybody if you want to, you want to keep inspired. And I don't like to use the word motivation very much because you get motivated today, tomorrow you're not motivated. But when you're inspired, and as Nick could tell you, we was talking about this on the way back from Monterey. Self-discipline. When you got the discipline, you're going to do it regardless if you're not motivated or not. You're going to do it anyway. So again, guys, I want to say, hey, Gary got me in this. He got me started, him and I were talking the other day. I said, Tom, I told him the first time when I signed up, and I told him again the other day. I said, hell will freeze over before I quit. There is no way.
Yeah. Well, Wes, thanks for sharing your story, man, because this is some pictures of the journey here. Wes was actually featured on a Let's Talk talk show about the travel business, the Travorium opportunity. These two pictures on the left and right, he got a certificate at OG University, and he launched his business. But again, it's not a race. Everybody comes in different levels of time and commitment. Like he said, he was finishing up his second masters or what have
Second
you.
Masters, yep.
And so, but he still saw an opportunity and got involved. He's got a team growing all over the country. And so we're here launching his travel party tonight. And what I want to do right now, and thanks, Wes, for sharing your background. But, although we're talking about travel, there's some other areas that we're going to be talking about. I'm going to bring Wes back to share a little bit aspect of that. But since we're here talking about travel, I want you guys to kind of get in the travel mindset. I got a passport here, and what this passport represents is what you're going to be seeing tonight. Because when you're traveling international, you need a passport. Hey, how you doing, Jacqueline? Glad you were able to get on. Um, but Bali, Indonesia, this is a five-star resort for $359 for two people, breakfast included for 6 days. So this is kind of a snapshot for the guests that are coming on and for those that are seeing the recording to pay close attention to what we have here because here's another example. We're going to peel the passport back and we're looking at the Maldives. Now, I do know some people have a higher level of travel that they like to achieve, and this is the Maldives. This is a retail site for about $10,000. As you can see, we have it for $2,800, 6 days, 5 nights, breakfast included, and dinner. That's well over $100. Well, shoot, when you include dinner, you're probably talking about $200 right there alone for two. So this is all included. And I just want to show you one last passport example, Egypt. Cairo, Egypt, five-star resort, 5 days, 4 nights, $149, two people, breakfast included. I wanted to show you that so you kind of get an idea of what we're going to be sharing with you here in just a moment about how we do this. But the biggest thing I want you to focus on is not going to cost you thousands of dollars to be a part of what we're doing. Literally less than a cup of coffee a day, you'll be able to take full advantage of the travel perks that we have here. You see that couple there, they're just having a good time. When people are traveling, they're smiling, they're having a good time. But the mindset of the audience, some people are here looking at the income aspect because that's what got my attention was how can I make more money so I don't have to wait another 5 years to retire. Now, the reason why this may be a challenge for many people is because we're bombarded with ads like this all the time, right? You can make 500 a day, 5,000 a month. You can do these things on Amazon. Well, what this does is causes confusion and also causes doubt in the marketplace. That's why we do presentations like this because either you guys know Wes or either Wes approached you in the marketplace, at a coffee shop or whatever. He just shared his story. Now, I'm not saying these things here you see don't work, but how many do you have to go through and try to see if it's legitimate? I've tried many of them, and there's also always some kind of big upsell, anything, but there's no quick lunch out there. What we're sharing with you here today is something that you can truly do anywhere in the world because we're in the tourism business. This is how I want to be right here, like this guy. He looks like he's on vacation, but he's still doing his business. And when you take on this part aspect, and I'm gonna throw it right back to you, Wes. When you have a business, these tax advantages are huge. This traveling here, which people are gonna do anyway, it's not tax deductible when you don't have a business. Wes, do you mind just sharing real quick what happened with your taxes this year? I know you got money back, right?
Oh, absolutely, Tom. And guys, and Juan will tell you, a lot of times when we go out, Nick and Juan, when we were over in Monterey, I covered the breakfast. I covered the drive because I know at the end of the year I can use all that. Actually, my tax person already reached out to me last year. If I didn't have this business, my tax person said, "Hey, you would have had to pay $5,000
Mm.
between the state and government and feds." She said, "But because of your business and all your tax write-offs, you're gonna get 7 grand back." I got $7,000 back, guys. So you can't tell me this doesn't work. I tell, like Tom was saying, it's a win-win. You can make money, you can travel, and at the end of the year, if you're doing everything right, you can get money back in taxes.
And what is right, Wes? Basically, just keeping your records, right? Your
Keeping your
receipts.
records, writing down, like, for example, when I was over there on Saturday, hey, met with Nick and Juan, breakfast at such and such. The receipt already got the date. I came home, put it in my shoebox of all my receipts. There you go. So if I
There it
ever got
is.
audited, here it is right here.
Yep. Very simple to do. Now, we're not tax professionals or anything. Definitely good with a professional that understands a home-based business, but the tax advantages are huge. So as we continue to move on, I'm gonna play this short video. This kind of really sums up what we're gonna talk to you about. And you probably say, well, why don't we just watch this video? But hey, we have a little more to share with you. But let me share this
Most
short
people don't know
video.
this, but right now, every time you go online to book travel, whether it's Expedia, Priceline, Hotels.com, Trivago, Kayak, or Booking.com, you're not actually price shopping. It feels like you are, but 95% of everything you see online is owned by just two companies, Expedia Group and Booking Holdings. That means the prices you see are all within a tiny range of each other, usually just a couple dollars apart. It gives you the illusion of choice while keeping you locked into retail pricing. The problem is people are overpaying hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars every year on hotels, resorts, travel ball tournaments, cruises, business trips, quick getaways, etc. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because the system is built that way. Travel is a $10 trillion industry, and the big platforms are designed to keep it that way, stacked in their favor, not yours. We believe travel should not be a luxury reserved for a few. We believe families, couples, business travelers, and even travel ball parents should be able to travel without emptying their savings account. And that belief is exactly why we exist. For 13 years, we've been helping people in over 80 countries access true wholesale travel, the same back-end inventory that the major brands use before they mark it up for the public. We're not a travel agency, not a timeshare, and not another search engine. We are a private membership travel club, and members get wholesale pricing 24 hours a day on hotels, 4- and 5-star resorts, cruises, car rentals, activities, and more. We routinely see 5-star resorts at the price most people pay for a 2-star motel off the highway. Our members travel more often, stay in better places, and pay far less because once you see wholesale pricing, you can't unsee it. If you're ready to finally beat the system instead of feeding it, text 15-minute Zoom. Most people don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't unsee those prices, those deals. So what we're going to get into now is Travorium. And I'm so thankful for this company because it gives me so many options. It gives me an opportunity to earn income, create great relationships, camaraderie, people all over the world, creating these new relationships, having fun while you travel. And what I like about this company, I don't have any reservations because they've been around 13 years. They actually doubled during the pandemic. That's the CEO and founder, David and Adela Hart. The company specializes on customer acquisition. That's how we earn income. If you're looking at it from a business, we acquire customers. We have three corporate offices, one in Temecula, California, the other one in Madrid, Spain, and Almaty, Pakistan. Over 20,000 new global customers in 2024. Roughly about 7,000 people now are traveling using our platform every single month. And from a business perspective, millions are paid out in commissions. Every year, we have so many people having success from a business perspective. But for the avid travelers, they're saving a ton of money. And if you're looking at the statistics, Bloomberg shows that $10 trillion, this is a $10 trillion industry, soon to grow to 15.5 by 2033. Probably going to be even sooner than that because um, people are looking to get away a little bit more. And again, from a business perspective, this is a business of dream. Like Wes said, long as it doesn't have any products that I got to haul around, sample or anything, this is all digital. If you decide to get involved with Wes this evening or whenever you see this video, it's just simply a point and click, a link, you're in business and you can take advantage of these tax benefits, even if you get started late in the year. So what's exciting here is you basically have your own concierge service. I'm gonna queue up my sister here because she just recently took a cruise and saved some money on cruises. But essentially, you have all the access to everything you need to do in travel. If it's rental cars, hotels, cruises, cruises are really big, and we're starting to see people get thousands of dollars in savings on these, these really luxury cruises. We have a gentleman right now. I can't wait till he gets back. His cruise was $3,000, but when he booked it through Travorium, it was only 2,000. He saved 1,000, and he's able to write that whole cruise off because he's in the travel business. Steph, if you don't mind, a couple minutes, just share your experience of your travel
Sure.
using a cruise and how you booked it, how simple it was. If you could just kind
Okay.
of touch on
Well,
that, please.
I decided to take a cruise, and I went to our back office just to kind of select the cruise in our back office just to see what was available, what ship I wanted to go on. And then once I kind of narrowed that down as far as the dates, I reached out to our concierge who books cruises for us. And she was able to work with me and get me a savings of about $350. And we knew where we were going to be. She kind of positioned us in the middle of the ship. Plus, we got a balcony, and that was for three people. So that was a wonderful savings, and the cruise was wonderful, and the service was great.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. So,
Hey,
um,
Gary, real quick,
uh-huh.
Stephanie,
Yeah.
that price that you're talking about was a one-time price for three people, right?
Yes, it was a whole
Wow.
package. So it
Wow.
was
Wow.
three of us. So it broke out to be about what, 500 and something per person. And
Wow.
then the outside price, she quoted me, I think it was about almost $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there alone, the program is saving you money. But thanks for sharing that, Steph. And we
Sure.
have access to entertainment activities. So, when you're traveling, like when we went to Hawaii, we went to a luau, and our luau, we saved about $15-$20 per ticket. And that's quite a bit when you're talking three people. That's $60. When we went to Las Vegas, we saved about $15 per ticket on a Cirque du Soleil ticket to the Michael Jackson show. So there's a lot of built-in savings to what we have here, is way beyond just traveling. And what's really nice about what we also offer is a price match guarantee on platform number one, which is our hotels. 110% price max guarantee. If you're able to find something within 24 hours at a better rate, the company will refund 110%. So how we do this is simply through a travel membership, just like your Netflix membership, even your phone, your auto insurance. You pay a membership every month, or in most cases, some people pay their insurance all in full. But the Netflix model, you're paying something every single month, and what we're talking about here is a platinum membership. We have a couple of different levels, but the platinum membership allows you to take at least two vacations. Some people are getting three because we have some of the locations as low as $1, so you don't have to use all your points. But don't worry about understanding all the points because I did not understand them. But what I did understand was the price difference because we earn these points every single month on our membership. Excuse me, we're able to book at travel agent rates. Actually, it's better than travel agent rates. I had a friend of mine who is a travel agent. She joined right after seeing a presentation like this because she said, Gary, I can't get those rates. So for those that are entrepreneurs, great business opportunity. Why? Because people are traveling. Now here's my story. This is my son here, Kalian. And when I was looking at this opportunity, I told him, I said, we may start traveling. I'm looking at a business. He said, really? And he said, yeah. He said, because he said, Dad, yeah, when we go on vacation, we never leave California. I said, what do you mean? He said, my friends go to Hawaii, Jamaica, the Philippines. We never leave California. And I said, well, I'm looking at an opportunity where we could be able to travel, more. And he said, really? And I said, yeah, we're actually going to go to Vegas. And what I did, I got what's called a platinum membership because it had the maximum savings, right? The platinum membership, I actually got one for my wife. So we got two platinum memberships, and we took our first trip to Las Vegas. This is a five-star resort here, $79. I only paid $125 because you had the resort fees and taxes. Here we are at another hotel, just taking in the sights, and he's kind of proud. When we were on the plane, he said, now, Dad, Las Vegas outside California, right? And I said, yeah, I guess he wanted to have bragging rights with his friends. But when we were in Hawaii, in Las Vegas, I said, son, in August we're going to Hawaii. And he looked at me, he said, the real Hawaii, Hawaii? And I said, yeah, we're going to the real Hawaii, Hawaii. Now, this is the first day. We're at the beach. That water was so perfect. When you get in the water, I thought it was going to be cold. And that water was so pristine. And that stress just relieved. As soon as we got there, that's my son looking back at mom. He's having a great time. And almost an exact year, about August, you can see it's a little bigger now. We went back to Hawaii, and I got a little clip of his experience and what he had to say. So this is priceless. Hey, Cal. We're out here at the beach. I got sand all in my hair. We've been plunging in that water right there. Cal, how you like it this year? This is our second trip. Uh-oh, water's coming.
It's fun. It's really good. Trying Travorium today because it travel for less. You can travel for less, and you get to experience really cool vacations like this, like Hawaii or something else. There's huge waves here.
I got sand all in my hair. I don't care. I'm having a good time.
Me too.
Man, we hit the wave and it just splashed all in my face. So, son, what do you think?
I think about what?
About Travorium.
I think it's
putting him on the spot.
It's good because you could travel more, travel for less, and you get free money every month.
Well, I got work for it. But
well, you have to work for it, and yeah, it's
you got
cool.
Sand in your eyes, huh?
No, I have salt water. Yeah.
Salt water. All right. Till next time. Well, guys, I'm so happy that I'm able to provide something like that for my son and my family, my wife and friends, and be able to share this opportunity. And we did it right from our own booking site. We just go to our site and book and save money. And this was the part I was telling you about. I didn't need to understand how the points work. They said it's better than travel agent rates. You can save up to 50%. Well, when they showed this to me, they said, okay, this is the same hotel, same date, but look at the savings. You pay 2,300, it's 4,400 on Expedia and Booking Holdings, it's 46. Well, right there, I said, okay, I don't need to understand all the details. I just know I'm paying a whole lot less. But look at the trip to Vegas. This is another example. Saving as much as 60%. 293 on the left, our price $15. This is affordable on any budget. Now here's one colossal savings here. Look at this one. The Fairmont Grand Del Mar. $1,900 for us, $5,000. I said, I'm in. I'm in. $3,000 savings. I can work out the details later, but you also get what's called loyalty points. Now, this is a part when they started talking about cruises. I said, yeah, this is pretty nice, but I just want to share that we have access to all the cruise lines. I haven't taken a cruise yet, don't have a story, but people keep telling me, Gary, you got to take a cruise. You got to take a cruise. So it's definitely on my list. But here is a true receipt. Here's the receipt. $1,400 savings on this cruise right here. This is someone that booked a travel through our booking site, and they got those loyalty points. They got 3% back on that price of $5,000. So it's savings all around, and beautiful thing, you can write it off. Now, these are the getaways. Getaways, I shared hotel with you first. The getaways, we have access to these resorts all over the world. And I got a short story with you that I want to share with you when I get to the part of how much it costs to get started with us. I was totally blown away what this lady did with a timeshare, because we're not a timeshare. We're a membership. There's no maintenance fees or anything like that. It's month to month. The membership, you can cancel anytime. We have access to these properties. We know someone, well, actually my sister, and I met her. They paid $20,000 to get access to this timeshare property. Wouldn't we got it for $45. I'm going to say something here in just a moment, because I said, how could someone see something like this and go away and put $20,000 down? And we have a better product, less, and you can write it off. Timeshares you can't write off. Look at the example. 8-day stay, 7 nights. It's a studio. Canary Island, $7. $7 for that saving. This is a timeshare property. Here's another. Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, 8 days, 7 nights. 1 bedroom suite. You can take a few people, 1 bedroom suite, I'm sure. Look at this one, 2 bedroom by Disneyland, going to see Mickey in Orlando. We're heading to Orlando here in a couple of months. I have a few women on the team. They're looking at booking one of these because it's going to save them a ton of money. $142, 2 bedroom suite, 8 day stay right outside of Mickey Land, right there in Orlando. These are timeshare properties. Okay. The getaways are phenomenal, but these are our world tours. I was asked one time, Gary, when's the last time you took a 4 and 5 star trip? I said, well, I haven't. And I did take one on my job, but that's not the same, but it wasn't on vacation. This is a 4 and 5 star access when we talk about world tours. Look at these destinations. Venice, Italy, 5 day stay, breakfast included, glass factory tour, $249 for 5 days. We have Dubai. Dubai, we even have Dubai for like $1. People jump on that one quick. But this one's $369, and these are all 5 star resorts. Here's one, Montego Bay in Jamaica, Hawaii, Las Vegas. The list goes on and on. This one in New York is the Knickerbocker Hotel right there in the heart of Times Square, right around 4th of July is when we have access to this property. You don't have to do anything. You just walk down, all the food, all the entertainment, the street life is right there. You're right in the heart of it. And then they, obviously do fireworks and everything. But these are incredible savings. That's why I was totally blown away when this lady spent $20,000 after seeing this presentation. She saw it in person and she saw it on a Zoom, just like you're seeing it here today. So this is what it costs to get started. It's only $69 one time, $52 a month for our silver membership. That's going to give you access to save on the hotel, rental car, cruises, what we shared with you. The titanium is our next package. This will allow you to save at a pretty good discount, 50%, $149 one time, $75 a month. But this is the most popular one right here. This is the one that most people get. Most people get the platinum membership. As I mentioned, I got 2 platinum memberships with this platform. 269 one time, 135 a month. But that 135, guess what? I've never paid for it after I launched my business. This is how I did it. They said, Gary, if you go find 3 people that may want to travel or may want to do the business, you'll make enough money to cover this cost. I said, that's all I need to do. Well, my first month of working my business, I enrolled 3 people and I never have paid this 135. Never paid that because I enrolled 3 people. Now, with that, I was looking at it from a business perspective. I wanted to make money because what this business model was doing is taking the guesswork out of travel. The difference is there's no middleman. It goes right from the consumer to the inventory. You don't have to worry about buyer's remorse. You don't have to worry about wondering if you picked the right ticket, because they had the ticket and they say, oh, there's only 3 rooms left and they got the clock going. You only got 8 minutes to respond. You don't have to worry about that here. You don't have to worry about not getting the right price. Now, as a partner, this is where the tax advantages come in because for the $99 you add to your membership, you now can write this off. Wes just shared with you, it was what, $7,000 that he got back. He would have owed $5,000. So when you add that, that's a shift of about what, $12,000. He was on the
Yes,
negative
sir.
of five, and he went what, seven, to the good.
So,
So
yep.
because he had a business. So this is why I recommend everyone get the partnership. One, because many times some people, we had a lady that just recently joined, said, Gary, I'm not sure if I'm not really interested in doing the business. I'm not really interested in doing the business side. I said, but get it anyway because you can write it off because tax season is right around the corner. And if you choose later, you have the option because you don't want it to lapse and then you can't. You're stuck as a customer, right? And so at the end of the day, she saw more of an opportunity because she saw it the first time and had, a little not negativity, but a little doubt. It's just real. Just like I showed you earlier, all these things you see, you're bombarded with it every day. We have a real opportunity here to make money. So this is my story. What happened to me from an income perspective? I became a platinum director very quickly, where I enrolled 3 people, and I was earning enough to cover my membership. You see, it says 137. The membership is 135. So soon thereafter, about 6 months, 6 to 8, I think it was about 7 months, I hit what's called the rank of, excuse me, let me back up. Went too fast. And about 2 months later, I hit the rank what's called 1 star. 1 star means I have like two social networks. That's what we're doing. We're building these social networks of communities, right? Of people helping people. A community could be people at your church, your job, people you grew up with. You're just sharing this socially, just like Wes is sharing with you, or if you met Wes out in, at a restaurant or wherever, he's just expanding the social network. So when that expands to 8 and 8, the company's going to pay you a minimum of $300 a month. I was making 300 a month, but I didn't bring in 16 people. Remember, I only brought in three. So as this continued to grow over the next few months, about 8 months in, I was what's called a 2 star director. It's the first leadership ring. You get this ring here, this leadership ring, um, and I was earning 750 to $2,100 a month. Excuse me, 750 a month um, to $1,500 a month. I was actually earning 1,500 because of my qualification, how many people I enrolled. But that number went to 1,500 because there was 25 people, total of 50 in my social network, 25 on my left, 25 on my right, that allow me to make that income. At that time, I had only sponsored about 8 people. Fast forward 6 months from then, we'll call it little over a year, I hit the rank what's called a 3 star director. That's where I'm at right now. Fluctuates between 21 to $2,500 a month. Team of well over 300 people, and I only have sponsored 17 people because we're dealing in leverage. We're building communities. So as this continues to grow, this income here could pay pretty much any mortgage. Well, most mortgages in California, at least close to it. 125 to 125. And again, this is again expanding. I'm very close to this right now. And again, I didn't bring in 250 people. I got a good network of about 17 people that I'm working with, and it grew and it grew and it grew. $3,100, that can make a difference of renting or owning, or maybe even just getting your own place, moving out of your parents' home, getting your own place. But the income continues to grow. These incomes are very, very conservative. The ambassador level, this is one of the areas that so many people strive to get to because this is wealth right here. Because you're actually a cash flow millionaire because your income, they show 4,000 to 10. The average is roughly about $12,000 a month, as high as 14, but we'll call it 10 grand. You're a cash flow millionaire. If you're able to get 10% or so, or a little less than that, 4% on your money with a million in the bank, that's what you have. You're a cash flow millionaire right there. This is wealth to me because now I can get up and I can really decide what I want to do today. It's not predicated on a job or anything like that. I can afford pretty much anything that I want, $10,000 a month, within reason. I could a nice car, couple of cars, right? A nice home, some money for retirement investment, but the income is real. And what's so powerful about our company, they recognize you for becoming an ambassador. Now, I thought, like in most companies, you do something, you hit the rank or whatever, you do the goal or the contest, and you get the prize, right? And what are all the prizes that everybody gets is traveling somewhere, right? With us, you're going to get this ambassador trip every single year. They just went to Thailand. They get wine and dine for 7 days. They send you all expensive paid. This is the Louis Vuitton experience. They give you $3,000 to go shopping. And this happens every single year. As you continue to grow your business, my sponsor is a 3 star ambassador. He has that watch, really nice watch. It's about a $10,000 watch, beautiful watch. They just give that to you for doing a great job in the company. Here's more income for those that aspire to really excel and make a multiple six-figure income. It is here. And I want to play this short video. This is one of our ambassadors, or a few ambassadors here. I just want to reach out and have you guys listen to, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
I mean, my favorite passion, favorite thing in the world, and I always say my favorite sport is traveling. So I was traveling, but nowhere near as much as I am, and nowhere near as 5 star as I am, and nowhere near as less as I'm paying. So Travorium has completely changed my life. I mean, completely.
The life before Travorium was uneventful, a little boring, working, spending time with kiddos at home. Now, it's a little more exciting. I know every 6 months, every 2 months, I can go and I don't have to worry about money, where I'm going. I have endless opportunities and millions of new connections thanks to this company.
For me, it was both. I could travel with my family, and that's the first thing that catched me. But when I look at the compensation plan, I was blown away, and I knew that this is something I was looking for many years. I do have 6 kids, 7 on the way, and very busy mom. But my kids are not excuse not to win. They are my reason why I'm winning, because they are my motivation every day. It's not only for me, that I want to build this business for myself. For me, it's very important to show my kids that they can be successful in life and that they can reach anything if they put, a goal and they're going to go and take action. So find your motivation and you will succeed at Travorium.
I mean, it's always something to try, something to see what is new, but opportunity what you can get in Travorium, it's outstanding. It's infinity what you can do here. Doesn't matter. You want to make money, you can make money. You want to travel, you can travel. You want to have a new friends, you can have a new friends. Whatever, just name it, you can get it here.
Okay, I'm just very excited after Danny's speech. It was so good.
Travorium gives you financial freedom, and that's what caught my eye. The passive income, time, leverage, resilience, extra income. In real estate, let's face it, we have large commission checks, but it's still me working 24/7, delivering the checks, talking to mortgage brokers, being a psychologist, and of course, answering phone calls 24/7. So I'm tied up to a place. And with Travorium, I realized I have this whole lot of freedom to travel the world and being literally anywhere in the world and make money sipping on a margarita somewhere on the beach.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. I'll go ahead and end the recording right here. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I want to show this here for the guests here.
Let's see.
Can you see the website?
Hold on, buddy. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay. For the guests that are here and also people that get this on recording, you can go to the website, Travorium.com, and these are some of the stories. These are people taking real vacations right here, all over the world. Everything's documented, so you know that, we're a real, true, valid company. You can go back there and take a look at all the people traveling. It'll show what they're saving all over the world. These are real trips. It has the dollar amount right there. These are the world tours that we have available that I was sharing with you earlier. Literally all over the world, people taking trips. And I want to show you the Travorium homepage. This is your website here. It's got a little short minute video here, but just more information, do your research. And the reason why I say that, it leads me to the lady that my sister shared this opportunity with. And we were asking the question, after seeing something like this, and you see it's a real site, you can go book airfare, rental cars, it's all right here. Why would you go spend $20,000 and a maintenance fee? You can't write it off. And it kind of came down to brand recognition. This isn't a brand recognition yet, Travorium. It's a solid company. But take the information that you saw today, do your research, go check us out on Instagram, go to Facebook. We got a Facebook page, Travorium. Do your research and realize that this is a true opportunity to save on travel. And if you're looking for a business opportunity, go ahead and vet it out. Because the only reason this person said no, they just didn't understand and they felt comfortable with a brand that they are aware that they put $20,000 up. Here, you're in business for a total of $350, $135 a month. If you choose to share it with 3 people, it's 0 cost. So I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. I just wanted the guests to kind of see the website, what it looks like, just the information here. We're a real company, guys. We're a real company. Here's our Facebook link. I just changed my password, so I don't know if it's going to let me in. But go ahead and vet us out. Take a look around. See if we're real. See if we, make that test for you. Make sure that you say, okay, I feel pretty good about my decision with this company. Here's our Instagram right here. I don't know if I got to log in. These are real stories, you guys. This is one of the properties we just purchased, the company. I can say we, right? This is the property that we have access to when you become an ambassador. This is
Welcome to the penthouse in the sky.
Penthouse suite.
One of the signature home
Las Vegas. So my point is, just because you haven't heard of it, don't walk away without doing your research. So I'll conclude our call at this time. Wesley, do you want to say anything before we wrap up?
No, I was just thinking about something, Tom, that you said about we're a real company. And this reminds me of something I tell people all the time. Again, I don't want to make this, well, I will, because this is my virtual party, so I can say it. I always bring up something when people talk about the Bible. They say, well, that's not real. And then I go, you're wrong. And it's the same thing about this business. Oh, this business is not real. You're wrong. This business is real, guys. And again, just like Gary said, you got to put I tell people all the time, I can teach you how to punch, I can teach you how to kick, but until you actually get in there and spar, you're not going to know if it works or not. You got to put your foot in the water to find out, hey, let me investigate about this company. You're going to find out everything. Nothing's hidden. Everything's out front. It's a true business opportunity for you to travel, and an opportunity for you to make money on both ends of the stick by bringing people in, helping you grow your business, and you helping them grow their business. And on the back end, you own a business. Now you got great tax write-offs.
All right, it's a wrap. Do your research, guys. Come join us, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world. Let's do it. I'll talk to you later, guys.
Thank you, Tom, for this. Appreciate it.
All right, let me start the recording here.
Have a good night.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving.